Is no restart.
Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration.
Hi, Dewald. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show.
Right, legends, welcome to another live stream. Perhaps we can catch a live trade here together, okay? Ooh, Bitcoin has broken out from a trend that I've been keeping an eye on, but I did not take the long to the upside. And I'll explain why I didn't take the long to the upside, but I did recognize that there is a potential for the market to front run the level that I wanted to take the long from. And now it's currently getting some upwards momentum. Well, this is also potentially presenting a nice little shorting opportunity. Okay, legends, let's just take first, we need to take stock of where we are. We need to go and analyze. I'm here on the 15 or 30-minute time frame. We need to go and analyze this little structure over here for some day trading scalping scenarios. Okay. This was a trend that I highlighted during the Legends Pro community update this morning, and I told the Legends there's a chance for, this is the front run line. Okay, I was waiting for a long over here. This is the front run line. If we break it, your stop goes below the low. Remember to pay yourself when you start hitting resistance to the upside. Okay, so there's a potential that the market is going to front run the scenario over here. The reason I did not enter this long here to the upside, although I know it could potentially continue and go and claim the highs once again, is because of massive bearish CVD building up. Let me just switch the picture over here and show everyone. Okay, let's put it onto this little chart. Right, let me drag it here to the side so everyone can see. My face is not in the way, but you can see this line here. Okay, this line is showing bearish CVD. And there was more bearish CVD as price was grinding up here. There was more local bearish CVD. We invalidate this bearish CVD, but there's no bullish CVD. Okay, there's no local bullish CVD. There is just bearish CVD at the moment. So I don't really like to trade when there is weakness in the price, and you can now even see between this pivot and as price is grinding to the upside, there is more local bearish CVD forming at the moment. Okay, so can price continue here to the upside? Yes. Do I think it has the highest probability? No. Can I be wrong? Of course. Okay, the market is here to surprise us. Right, legends. What is the reason for us to still continue momentum here to the upside? What is the reason to continue momentum and even go and claim the high? Well, let's go and analyze that in a moment. Remember to smash up the like button, okay? For the education, for the alpha. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe for future notifications. And remember, the exchanges that I use, the links are always down in the description, where you get the biggest deals and biggest sign-up bonuses and lowest trading fees. With weeks, you still get that 50% cash back up to $1,000, okay? When you deposit money in your features account. They have a competition that's going to start in 3 days from now, if I'm not mistaken. Come and join our team. Let's wait for it to load up. 2 days, 17 hours, 16 minutes, and 6 seconds. Right, there's a competition on weeks starting, and I'm going to trade that competition. So if you'd like to come and join me, this is where you register for the competition, and you will form part of the Bitcoin Census team, and we'll trade for our share of $800,000. Bluffing, the more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. You also get 10% cash back on the money that you deposit in your features account. And for the bigger players, the more money you deposit, you will be upgraded to VIP 1 or VIP 2. The T's and C's are, when you select this link, you will see all the terms and conditions. Femix, up to $2,000 airdrop position. Okay, so these are the exchanges where you only need an email and a password. Okay, I organize you guys the best deals and best bonuses. It's also your way to support the channel. Right, legends, now, what is cooking here? What is cooking here? Right, so legends. Okay, there's a potential live trade going to kick in here. I mean, I want to do some analysis here on the larger time frame. I just want to see what is. Just want to see something here. Just want to quickly see something. I don't want this trade to run away from me. 786. Okay, let's see from the high to the low. We're rejecting at the golden pocket at the moment. This could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 three-wave structure to the upside. Should I give this trade the benefit of the doubt? We do have local berry CVD building up. We have tapped the golden pocket here to the upside. I think there's a chance to start building impulses here to the downside. Okay, call me crazy, but I think this could be building impulses back to the downside to go and claim the low again. This is something that I'm watching here at the moment. If we do not get rejection over here, okay, I'm going to explain to you exactly what I'm looking at the moment, but I don't want to miss this potential trading opportunity. Okay, if this is a three-wave structure here to the upside, okay, I'm basically looking at this structure, legends. I'm looking at this little structure. From where we made the low, you can see we've ever so slightly made a higher low over here. So I'm just seriously in doubt that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 building up over here, because you need to form a 5-wave structure if we are going to still continue to the upside. This now to me looks like an A, B, C, and this is the high, and now it's starting to build impulses back to the downside. So there's a chance. Okay, I'm going to give this trade the benefit of the doubt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enter a small little position over here. I'm just going to give this trade the benefit of the doubt because I recognize that we could be falling down here. So I'm going to just attempt a small little trade here to the downside. Right, open a short. Immediately I need to place my stop loss. Is literally going to go above the high. Right, let's just put there 5. Confirm. I'm going to give this trade the benefit of the doubt, right? Stop goes above the high, entering over here. It can still go a little bit higher. High chance, legends, remember, high chance of being stopped out. But I'm going to give this move the benefit of the doubt because we could come and claim the lows over here. Okay, based on berry CVD that I'm seeing here at the moment. Okay, and also speculate on, well, what if this is forming an A, B, C, which is done. Okay, it could be done, or it could make one more high and then fall down. Okay, so it's either going to stop me, it's either going to fall down, right, and I have a profitable trade, but there's another area that I'm still looking at. Okay, there's definitely another area because this, okay, I'm now speculating on an ABC. Based on berry CVD, there's a chance. Also, when I take a fib here from the low to the high, okay, look at how deep this retracement went. Okay, it tapped the 0.88, which increases probabilities that you're going to come and take this low. It is very rare to form a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back to the upside. Okay, but there's a chance, and I will explain that when I analyze the 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. There's a chance that it could come and form a 5-wave structure, and then I'm going to be very interested in the retracement for a long back to the upside. But as long as price has stopped over here and there's local bearish CVD, I'm speculating on an A, B, C, this being the end of C, and it's now going to start building impulses back to the downside to come and claim this low. Also, okay, this is where things become very, very interesting. Okay, I know I'm stuffing around here on the 1-minute time frame. Let's go to 5-minute time frame. Okay. Right, so legends also, okay, if I take a trend-based FIP, and I know, you know, I'm just scalping the smaller time frames over here, from the low to the high to the low, guess where price got the rejection? At the 1.618, which is a C-wave target. A, B, C, 1.618. But it's also a third wave target. This could turn out to be a 1, 2, 3. And this is forming a 4th wave for another leg to the upside, right? Very interested in the 2 extension over here, and it would be nice to come and claim this pivot. So this is where I'll be looking for another shorting opportunity if I get stopped out. I'm not moving my stop loss. I'm not going to put my stop loss here and add to my position, right? That's not how I trade. Okay, cool. Right, so now I've explained the smaller time frame in terms of what I'm looking at, because this could be forming an impulse back to the downside in a 1, 2. This is now your 1, 2 forming here, 3, 4, 5 to come and claim the lows. This is where I plan to take profits from this little scalp trade here at the moment. High chance of being stopped out, but I mean, you have to risk it to get the biscuit, okay? The profits over here is going to pay back any stop loss. Well, let me put it this way. If I get stopped out, okay, and I attempt a short over here, I know that my profits will pay back the stop loss, plus more. Okay, I know I'm stuffing around here on the smaller time frame. So, legends, what I wanted to discuss right now, okay, remember to smash up that like button. Sorry, leading CVD, not divergence. Okay, let me just, I used to always find it hard because of the leading divergence. As you know, Koens takes his time to see more bullish CVDs while price is grinding higher. Yes, Koens has a very different trading style than me. I know that Koens always says he's not in the game of trying to catch bottoms and tops, but that is my trading style, and I have a plan built around that trading style. Okay, so it's not that it's wrong, it's just it's not Koens' trading style. I know Koens, for example, would rather wait for strength, see the 5-wave structure, and then he will be interested in the retracement. Koens has a different trading style. My trading style is swing failure patterns, Fibonacci levels, because I can exercise good risk management. Right, so there's nothing wrong, it's just different trading styles at the end of the day. Okay, so, legends, now, let me take the comment here out the way. Had to order bigger, getting... I'm long on BTC, sorry. Okay, cool. Can you break down bearish CVD a little more? I know it seems silly, but I find that indicator really hard to use, even watching Koens CVD explanation videos. Yes, CVD does take practice, okay? CVD does take practice, but basically, okay, if you have a lower high and a high, you have a lower high, but CVD is making higher highs, okay, that is bearish, okay, just that's the simplest way that I can explain it. So when you see the opposite, you see a lower high and you see a higher high on CVD, that is bearish. That means that retail, okay, is trying to long. Retail is trying to long aggressively inside of this zone. Okay, and market makers want to push price down. So you basically, it's market makers versus retail at the moment. Okay, so that is bearish. When you see a higher high, let me see if I can see some bullish CVD, right? Ever so slightly over here, right? We do have bullish CVD. You have an ever so slightly higher high, higher high compared to this high over here, but CVD is falling down. Then you create bullish CVD. The target is the high, right? The question is always which one is going to play out. Local CVD always takes priority over larger time frame CVD. Always. Okay, so this CVD that's forming over here is way more interesting to me than looking at this bullish CVD of which the target is the high, because you need local CVD to confirm that this one is going to play out. And as long as you're forming bearish CVD, okay, you could invalidate this larger time frame bullish CVD. Right. Okay. It's not easy. It takes practice. You have to trade with it every single day, and it will become easier the more you use it. Right, legends, let's go back here onto the price of Bitcoin. I want to go onto the 15-minute time frame and show everyone, well, why, oh why, is there a chance to still come and claim the high? There's still a chance to go and claim the high. Okay, and I'm literally just looking at this structure. Okay, this little structure over here. So the structure that I'm currently keeping my eyes peeled for is a 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now the question is the fourth wave in, and we're now going up for the fifth wave? That is now the question. Okay, I do have an invalidation. When you take a FIP from number 2 to 3, the invalidation is tapping the 0.618. That's your invalidation. Okay, which will then change the scenario to say that, well, this was an ABC. This is an A, B, C, which is done. Exactly what I've explained there on the smaller time frame. Now the question is, are we still going to get this? Or is C wave done and we're now starting to build impulses back to the downside? Okay, where this high will be protected. It would be very strange. Okay, I know that the market is here to surprise us, but let me show you something over here. If you take a trend-based FIP from the low to the high of 1 to the low of 2, and you drag it across, look at where we got rejected. Okay, let me just take this FIP out the way so that you guys can pay attention to these levels that I'm watching. Okay, for an ABC, A, B, C, you have tapped the 3.618. It must be said that for a C wave, this is a very rare target. It's a very rare target for a C wave. It is super extended. The most extended C wave that I have personally seen is the 2.618, where the C wave basically taps the 2.618 and it starts rolling over. I have not personally seen a 3.618 C wave. Okay, and if we do roll over from here, if price successfully does roll over from here and claim that low, I'm going to say, well, it's the first time that I have seen a C wave tap the 3.618. Okay, it makes the scenario a higher probability that this is a third wave because of how extended it is, because a third wave has no problem hitting the 3.618, the 4.618, the 5.618. It can just carry on to the upside. So to see a C wave tap the 3.618 is very rare, which increases the probabilities of still making a fifth wave to the upside. Okay, never an invalidation, only a game of probabilities. But I'm going to tell you guys now, if we do successfully roll over from here and claim the low, I'm going to be like, wow, I have seen a 3.618 tap on a C wave for the first time. Okay. Right. Cool, legends. So the highest probable scenario based on this is that whatever is happening here more locally is part of a fourth wave. And we are still looking to come and claim the high once more. And then we can talk about once the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is in, now we can talk about, okay, maybe now you're going to get a deeper correction. Maybe you make a higher low or you just fall down. But I would like to see a 5-wave structure to the upside. Okay. Right. Based on the 5-wave structure, okay, based on the 5-wave structure, when you take, okay, let me take this out the way. When you take a normal Fibonacci from the low to the high, okay, we have front run the 50%, which is a very common 4th wave target, ever so slightly front runned it. And this is why I'm still expecting, and this is why I've entered this trade. What if this is all just part of still a corrective structure to the downside, where this is an A, B, C, okay, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to the downside, and then we're going to start rock and rolling here back to the upside. So I have to still consider this bullish case scenario. If we find support at the 50% and we do not tap the 0.618, the 4th wave is still valid. Okay, it has to be said that the only hardcore rule in Elliott Wave theory is that this 4th wave is not allowed to tap this high. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see how the scenario is going to play out. What if price falls down, it taps the 0.618 and it still goes up? Okay, then I'm going to say, well, okay, it's also the first time that I've seen a 4th wave tap the 0.618. But the rule still stands. This 4th wave is not allowed to enter the territory of number 1. That's the only hardcore rule in Elliott Wave theory. Right. From a backtesting perspective, I have not personally seen a 4th wave tap the 0.618 and successfully create a 5th wave. So I think there's the market is going to show me something that it's never done before. It's either a C wave that's for the first time tapped the 3.618, or if we do fall down further and we still go and make a 5th wave to the upside, then I'm going to say, well, for the first time, I have also seen this, a 4th wave at the 0.618 that successfully creates a 5th wave. So a very interesting scenario that Bitcoin is forming over here. Okay, so Legends, what I highlighted this morning inside of our Legends Pro community is to say that, well, okay, now let's look at this structure here to the downside. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. Okay. So the way to measure the corrective structure to the downside is you take a fib from the high to the low to the highest point over here, right? And you can see where the corrective structure started finding support is at the 1.618. That is a target, okay? And we're currently trading above. So there is a bullish sign. We just have that insane bearish CVD giving us the benefit of the, creating the confusion at the moment, okay? I would like price to still come down, tap the 2 extension, the 50% Fibonacci, and then, okay, then this is the long that I have been waiting for. But this morning during the Legends Pro community update, I did say, guys, what if we get a front run? Okay, keep an eye on the trend. I'm personally not going to trade the long here to the upside because we broke out and I said you put your stop below the low. And there's a chance, okay, remember, always when you hit resistance to the upside, you start paying yourself. Right, so there's a chance of me being stopped out. Still aggressive, bearish CVD forming there at the moment. Okay, so which way is the structure going to go? I don't know, but I can enter trades here with good risk management, speculating on multiple scenarios. So the trade that I've entered right now is a small little trade. I didn't go in aggressive because I know that there's a chance that what if this is a front run, because I've seen so many front runs during this entire structure that we formed here to the downside. What if this is not an ABC and this is forming a 1, 2, 3, 4 and is now going up for a 5th wave here to the upside? Okay, once you have a 5-wave structure, it is the retracement that is going to be very interesting, where you want to form a lower high, a higher low, a higher low, okay, for continuation to the upside to go and complete. So you're basically then forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go and claim the high. Okay, so not easy at the moment, legends, not easy, okay, not easy, but I mean, I am attempting a short here at the moment, speculating. Well, for me, it looks more like an ABC. It really looks like an ABC. The retracement went very deep. This looks like an ABC. It tapped the 1.618. There's a chance, based on bearish CVD, that this could turn around and fall to the downside and come and claim the lows. If it continues, then I have a trading plan to the upside. So my trading plan to the upside is as follow. Okay, when I take a FIP, let's just take this one out the way. Blah, 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 blah. Let me take a FIP from the high to the low. Okay, you can see where we got the rejection at the moment is at the 0.382. Because I know that there is, I mean, there's so many scenarios, legends. I don't want to create confusion with all the scenarios. Okay, we can go analysis paralysis with all the bearish case scenarios and sideways combos that can still happen over here. But, okay, I like this pivot. I like the 50% Fibonacci. I also like the 2 extension. So if I get stopped out, okay, I like this area still for a short. Okay, you can see we've now back tested the 1.618 to perfection. It's currently getting the rejection. Right, but I can tell you guys now, if I do see this move and I short from here, I will take profits before we hit the low. I will take profits when we start hitting support over here. Okay, if I play this short, this is where I will take profits. If this short that I'm in currently plays out, I'm only taking profits at the lows. Because then it's an ABC and you want to start falling down. If you make a 5-wave structure, you could make a 3-wave corrective structure, create a higher low for continuation. That's the difference. Right, I hope you guys are following what I'm trying to explain over here. Okay, cool. I'm not sure. Did anyone jump into that short with me? Let me know in the comments. All in short 100x. The dusty ad. Right, as long as you're practicing good risk management, thank you for the education. Absolute pleasure. Pain? Are you in pain? Ronald, hi legends. Welcome to the live stream. Can you please look at Litecoin? I actually did deep analysis on Litecoin yesterday. Keep trading simple. Yes, I'm trying to simplify it as best as I possibly can. Okay, so from a Gorisha, you make a very good point. From a simplicity perspective, okay, let's just keep it simple. Stuff Elliott Wave theory, okay? Dewald, stuff Elliott Wave theory. Well, from a simplicity perspective, you play the break of trend. You apply your trading strategy. You don't care about Elliott Wave scenarios. You play the breakout. When you start hitting major FIP levels, that's where you need to start taking profits. So if you played this breakout, that has to be a TP area. Okay, this has to be a TP area. This has to be a TP area. This has to be a TP area. So without considering Elliott Wave theory, if you played the breakout, considering that we are still ranging, you have to be aggressive with profit taking on the way up because it's never guaranteed that you're going to take the high. So you're basically just applying your trading strategy. That's the simplicity of it. The problem with most traders is that they play a breakout and they always think that you're going to go and claim the high, and then price falls down and they're like, crap, I was in profit, I didn't pay myself, and now I got stopped out. Okay, you have to acknowledge, yeah, if I go here onto the 1 hour time frame, we are still ranging. Okay, let me do this, right? We are still ranging. We are still chopping sideways. When you chop sideways and you play breakout strategies using the D-line strategy, you have to pay yourself when you start hitting Fibonacci levels to the upside. When you are in a trending market, this is a trending market, okay? When you start hitting a trending market to the upside, then you're almost guaranteed to take the highs every single time, because you're making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low. And if you play your breakouts over there, okay, you're almost guaranteed to take the highs every single time. But when you are in a ranging market, okay, there's many D-line strategies here. So if you played that breakout, guess what? You did not take the high because you are inside of a range. And that's most probably the 50% 618 level that got hit over there. So you have to be more aggressive with profit taking. And this is something that I often discuss inside of our Legends Pro community, is to say that when you play the D-line strategy inside of a ranging market, you have to be more aggressive with profit taking. Okay. Right. I'm in a short coin market cap, please. I'm also 50x short with you. Let's go. Right. It has a chance. It has a chance. Okay. Definitely has a chance. Right, Legends. Now, a little bit of, okay, let me clean up this chart, switch this off. Okay. There's a chance that it could reject here to the downside. So let me just do the following quickly over here, Legends. Okay. Now, if we successfully reject where I entered the short, let's say this is an A, B, C, okay, I'm still keeping an eye on the 50% Fibonacci from this low to the high, okay, because there is still a chance for that 5-wave structure here to the upside. And the 50% Fibonacci is the maximum target for the 4th wave. So if price successfully falls down here, it taps the 0.5, it gets acceptance back above, that's where I want to long with my stop below the low. Does it have the chance to go and complete a 5th wave? Yes. Does it have the chance to make a lower high and continue back down? Yes. This is why you have to pay yourself. When you start hitting resistance to the upside, you pay yourself because of the following. You might be saying, well, Dewald, you know, it's going to go and make the 5th wave to the upside. If we tap, okay, don't be overconfident in your technical analysis. I've learned this lesson the hard way. If you tap the 50% Fibonacci, it is never, ever guaranteed that you're going to come and take the high. Why do I say that? Because you could have a 4th wave that extends. You could have a larger 4th wave that's going to form over here. Perhaps you are forming, okay, you could also form a A, this is a B, okay, it makes a 3-wave structure, then you go down for another C, so you're basically forming a 3-wave corrective structure, and you still respect the 50% Fibonacci, so this thing can damn well extend before you make a 5th wave. So if you, for example, playing the bounce here to the upside, what if it forms a B wave? This was the A. This is the C, and now it goes up for the A, so for the 5th wave, but you guys get the point, okay? From a day trading perspective, all you need to do is long support, take profits at resistance. You short resistance, you take profits at support. That's the best thing that you can do, because what if this 4th wave extends? Okay? Right, so without making it complex, let's just do this. There's a chance, okay, from a simplicity perspective, that if we find support at the 50% Fibonacci, there's still a chance to come and claim the highs. Also, when I look at the liquidity heat map, let's just load up the liquidity heat map here quickly. Put it on model 2. Let's look at, right, you guys can see over there. Okay, let me put my face on the other side. Right, you guys can see that at $89,000, we have a liquidity pool. So it looks like we could still go up to go and claim that liquidity. Make one more high. Do you guys see that? Right, cool. Okay, so now what I want to do is, Legends, let's just see over here. I want to go on to the 3-minute. Okay. We are making bullish CVD here on yellow, right? We're making bullish CVD on yellow, but on all other exchanges and on pink, we are making local berry CVD. Okay, so it's not an easy range to trade here at the moment, but we can get in with good risk management. Okay, right. What I want to do is I just want to see if my risk is protected. Okay, I want to drag my stop loss down ever so slightly. Okay, it's about protecting your cash, legends. That's always what it's about. It's protecting your cash. Okay, so that's basically what I'm looking at here on the smaller time frames, legends. On the larger time frame, let me just clean up the chart. Let's go here onto the 1 hour time frame. Look at this entire structure here to the upside. Okay, I know that there's a couple of people that are saying, well, what if this is forming a 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2? It's just the scenario is starting to carry very low probability. To have so many 1-2s inside of a structure. Yesterday, I was giving the structure the benefit of the doubt in a triple 1-2. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and I wanted to see continuation to the upside. And then we got this. And this little retracement gives a quadruple 1-2 at the moment, very low probability. It's not what you want to see. I wanted to see continuation. Okay? You pump, you consolidate. You pump, consolidate. Small little consolidations, but nothing in this magnitude. I didn't want to see a retracement similar in time to this little retracement. You want to see a pump, fall, but basically it goes up in a straight line. Because if you have a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, you want to see a rock and roll third wave here to the upside. And then we got this. And now some people will argue, well, what if this is another 1-2? To have a quadruple 1-2, it just significantly lowers the probabilities. Okay? I'm not even looking at this scenario anymore. That's how low the probability is for me for this scenario. Can it still play out? Yes, there's always a potential. For me, looking at this local structure over here, I would say, well, the highest probability is either the high is in, or we make one more high and then we fall down. If we don't just fall down from here, okay? Because there is that scenario where I've discussed this yesterday, where we are potentially forming that bigger triangle, okay? Where we have gone up for an A, we've gone down for a B. Now, either the C, the high is in, or we're going to make one more high and then fall down, and then I will just move the C to there. But you're basically forming a triangle or a diagonal. You're forming a diagonal. To create your C, you go down for a D. That's not allowed to take the low. That's your invalidation. You go back up for a E. You complete your X wave, and then all hell breaks loose, and we go down for a Y wave. Right. I think the world has turned bullish very quickly. Okay, I'm checking the thumbnails just before I went live. Buy now, buy now. It's now or never. You're not too late. Okay, buy before it's too late. I see the crazy thumbnails at the moment. Okay, let me just put my face back to where it needs to belong. Okay, do you think BTC will retrace to close the CME gap? It might. I think there's a high probability. Based on this, I think that there's a high chance, even if we make one more high and then we fall down, to go and close that CME gap. Okay, I do not trade CME gaps. For me, they don't add anything to my trading scenarios or my trading probabilities. Okay, I don't trade CME gaps at all. Right, so there's the potential for this scenario. This scenario is starting to gain in probabilities. Okay, remember this scenario, legends. There was a chance for the X wave to go even up to $100,000 or at least $95,000. From a psychology perspective, I really liked this scenario because of the massive liquidity above this high. Also, it's going to make people believe that Bitcoin is starting to change market structure. It's making a higher high. You stop everyone out and then you go down for a Y wave. So from a psychology perspective, I really wanted to see this X wave go higher. But now, from a local, looking at this structure, this high is becoming less probable at the moment. Okay, because you wanted to see a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 here to the upside. So yeah, I mean, this little retracement now threw a spanner in the works. Okay. Which makes me believe that maybe we're going to get this one where we do not take the high. Okay. And we create the C, the D, the E, and then we go down for the Y. Right. So let me take the scenario out the way. I want to see what is happening here more locally. Did I get stopped out? Oh, looks like I got stopped out. Yes, I got stopped out. Right. So now, next level that I am watching is the 50% Fibonacci. Okay, that is the next level that I am watching at the moment. Because now, okay, I'm not going to entertain any shorts until my level gets hit. And it would be nice to SFP this pivot. That would be a bonus. But if I see the weakness over here, I will enter the short. Okay. It has to be said, not pretty. Okay, not pretty at all. We didn't claim that high just as yet. Didn't claim that yes as yet, but I think there's a high chance to go and claim that high. It has to be said that this, you know, from a front running perspective, and that is why I had the trend line. You're losing my words over there. There's a chance that this could be the 1, 2, 3, 4 is in, and we are now going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You make a higher low and you continue momentum to the upside to go and claim $89,000. There's a chance. Okay, sometimes CVD doesn't play ball, right? I mean, just look at this massive bearish CVD building up. I just don't like to trade against bearish CVD. I just don't like it, but I have seen a couple of times. You have to remember, no indicator is perfect. CVD is estimated to be about 74% accurate. So you will get, okay, CVD that invalidates itself and then it goes and it claims the damn high. I have seen that happen. Not a lot, but I have seen it happen. If price continues 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and it continues here to the upside, it could very well go and invalidate this bearish CVD. Okay. Cool, legends. Those are basically the trading scenarios that I am watching at the moment. Okay. Just want to see something here more locally a little bit. What if? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is now the scenario that I'm speculating on now, is to say that we could still reject at the 5th. Okay, but then I have to take the 5th from here. If I'm speculating on this scenario, then you basically want to reject by the 50%. Okay, because you take your 5th from 2 to 3 and you want to reject by the 50%. It's just the Fibonacci levels using this method is not well respected. Right. Cool, legends. Let me know, or let me go through some orange comments. You are bearish sentiment. I am bearish sentiment. Well, I'm just doing technical analysis. Okay, I know that everyone wants price to continue here to the upside. I know that everyone wants price to continue here to the upside, but this structure that has formed here to the upside, okay, doesn't give me confidence that we're going to continue. Remember, what you want to see is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to see an impulse. Okay? There's no impulse. Okay? Then you can say, well, you want 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. A double 1, 2, most common. I have seen triple 1, 2s as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I have not personally seen a quadruple 1, 2. I haven't seen it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we just rock and roll here to the upside. Is it possible? Yes, the market is here to surprise us. So from a bullish case perspective, I can tell you now, okay, when will I flip bullish? Looking at this local market structure, I want to see the following. Okay, if we are building up multiple 1-2s here to the upside, okay, I want to see the following. So you have this grind to the upside. I want to see an explosive move, and I want to see this repeat itself. If I see this after we have an explosive move to the upside, I'm going to be very interested in the retracement, because each structure has to retrace itself. Guaranteed. Doesn't have a choice. Market moves in waves. If I don't mind missing out on this move, I really don't mind, okay? And this is where Koen will agree with me as well. If I see this retracement is going to get me very excited to start looking for longs. But I will only look for longs once I see this. It's the only time I will look for longs, okay? And once I see this, I'm going to say, okay, the bulls have a chance. The low is in. Only once I see that, because I'm going to be very interested in the retracement. If I do not see that, I am not switching bullish. Okay, but I can be a bull and a bear at the same time inside of the local structures over here. I can short, I can long, I can short, I can long, and I can be a bull bear from a day trading perspective. But from a swing trade perspective, or expecting more higher momentum to the upside to potentially even go and claim the all-time high and continue the bull market, I want to see what I've just shown you guys. There's no ways I am just entering with my portfolio with my stop below the low based on this structure that I'm seeing at the moment. It's not convincing for me to start creating a bullish structure, because I know that by being patient, I can get a better trade. Okay. If I am patient and this does play out, this is where I'm interested. You find support. Okay. You find support, this is where I'm going to be interested, because now I have a confirmed bullish structure. At the moment, I do not have a confirmed bullish structure. You are speculating that this could potentially happen. What if it doesn't? What if we do get a leg up here and it just falls down, and you don't do that? That's bearish. You're going to... If you fall down here after you've made an aggressive move here to the upside and you start falling down, I'm going to be looking for shorts like a crazy person, because there's a high chance you're going to come and claim the low, even go to $68,000, $62,000. I have to see a bullish structure for me to switch bias. And at the moment, we don't have a bullish structure. All we have is a speculative 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. I wanted to see the move up here. Now we got that. It's not very convincing. This tells me maybe one more high and then a fall here to the downside to even come and claim this low. But there's a high chance that this low is potentially still protected, even if we make one more high over there. So this scenario is starting for me to carry higher probability that, you know, you have a corrective structure here to the upside in a WXY. Okay, that looks more probable, because if I zoom into this structure, okay, and I speculate on a WXY, which looks way better actually, WXY, which is either complete or it still needs one more high. From a Fibonacci perspective, now this looks interesting to me. Okay, if I measure the structure out, you can see that we got the rejection at the 786. This is a level that I spoke about yesterday. You can definitely get a rejection at the 786. The most common target for a Y is the 1-to-1 and the 1.236. And this 1-to-1 extension aligns perfectly when you take a Fibonacci from the high to the low with a 382, with a 0.382. Okay, let me just take the brushes out to show everyone. Okay, so this 1-to-1 extension, you can see as confluence with a 0.382 1-to-1 extension. What if we go up for one more high and then we reject, and you've completed a WXY corrective structure. You're still forming a lower high. And then you go down and you create a lower low. Because you have to acknowledge that more locally we are forming lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So until we take this high, there's no ways I'm turning bullish from a larger time frame perspective. We have to start changing market structure first. Right. Cool. Legends. 15 minutes into the live stream, Bitcoin Cash holders are ready for bull riding. Volume is high on. I wish it will fall. When everyone asks why are we going down, I know it's a Y wave. Yes, definitely. Long, respect the pump with volume spike. Yes, so I mean, looking at this structure, okay, there's a chance for this Y wave to still tap the 1-to-1 extension. It definitely has a chance. When I look at the local structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to be a very interesting short zone. Very interesting. And I've told everyone yesterday, this is a very interesting shorting zone. Okay. Based on this retracement, I don't think this is going to happen. Okay, it's just a game of probabilities. It's about reading the structure and putting the puzzle pieces together and trying to figure out which scenario carries the highest probability. Based on all the structures that I see inside of this range, I mostly see three-wave structures. To count this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, there's problems. There's many problems. If you zoom in onto the 1 minute, 3 minute time frame and you go count the structures here to the upside, it's ugly. It's very ugly. I don't even want to get into that. Okay, so let's just focus here on the larger time frame and say, well, what if? What if? Okay, the highest probable scenario is to still make one more high and find a rejection to the downside to even potentially come and claim this low. That is the highest probable scenario at the moment. Right. If it continues, then I want to see this. I want to see a grind. I want to see this repeat itself. Then I'm going to be like, okay, now this looks interesting. The bulls are back. They have created a lot of confusion over here, but this gives me the confirmation, okay, that the retracement is going to be a bullish retracement for a load up zone to build a swing trade. Right. Cool. Legends. Now, I mean, I did not expect, you know, it. Let's see. Yeah, at the bottom. Okay. It's a bit frustrating. Once again, my level got front run. Okay. I was looking at this. Okay, so there's a chance, and this is now what created the confusion for me. Okay, and then I don't mind. I will look for a short. I will look for next trading opportunity because I got stopped out with really good risk management, right? Because I know that my next trade will pay back that stop loss plus put profits in my bag, even if I get stopped out again, because I'm exercising good risk management. If this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, which is done, and it's going to create the fifth wave here to the upside to go to the 1-to-1 extension to complete your Y wave. Okay, I was waiting for the 50%. I missed it. It has to be said that I missed it. Okay, so there's a chance that it could continue here to the upside and go and tap the 1-to-1 extension. This pivot did tap the 3.618, which is very rare for a C wave and for this to build impulses back to the downside. So I want to see how the structure is going to unfold. Right, so now that I have missed the long, because I did highlight the long in the Legends Pro community, you wait for the break of the trend, you put your stop below the low, and there's a chance, okay, please pay yourself on the way up. There's resistance. You take profits by the highs, and there's a chance that it could even come and tap this 1-to-1 extension. There was just massive bearish CVD, which now got invalidated with this pump here to the upside. Well, the local bearish CVD got invalidated. We still have this bigger one at play. Look at this. You still have the bigger one at play, bearish CVD. Okay. but there's a chance that the low could be in. And if you played the breakout, I would protect my position. Okay, because your stop was below the low, you entered the breakout. Okay, maybe you want to just go and protect your position and take profits when you start hitting resistance to the upside. Right, cool, legends. Remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me, links are down in the description. Okay, weeks, 50% cash back, 25% reduction on your trading fees. They also have a competition that's going to start in 2 days from now. And then Bluffin, 10% cash back on all the money that you deposit in your features account, and Phoenix, okay, up to $2,000 airdrop position. So these are the exchanges where you only need an email and a password. If you don't want to submit documentation to start some leverage trading, that is where you need to go. Okay, cool, legends. Those are basically the scenarios, okay? Not much else here at the moment. Let's go to through some comments. Could you please explain again why the fun 0.8 means? Does it mean it is a higher possibility to continue FIP 1? Okay, so the 0.88 is purely from a backtesting perspective. So what I have found, and if you don't believe me, go do it yourself. Okay, I backtest my strategies. I backtest the 0.88. I backtest the fourth wave. I have done the backtesting. So sometimes I see other people talk about it. Like, for example, I saw Koen mention the 0.88. When you tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of taking the high or the low. And I went and I backtested it myself. I wanted to make sure, well, does it carry high probability? So what I can share with you is from a backtesting perspective, if this happens and price goes up and it taps the 0.88, you always increase the probabilities of taking the pivot. If you have a FIP from this low to the high and it comes down and it taps the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of taking the low, and you can go and backtest it. Okay, it happens very often, more than 70% of the time. When you tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of coming to take that high or the low, depending on whether it was to the upside or to the downside. And from a trading perspective, we trade probabilities. So if there's a 70% chance, more than 70% chance that once you tap this level, you're going to come and claim the high, it's always very interesting to look for longs to go and claim the high. Or for continuation, maybe you entered a long over here and you tap that 0.88 over there. Then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to keep my long until we claim the high. I'm not going to take profits over here. So depending on where you entered, you can always use it as a probability to keep your position open for longer. I think there was another one here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. You reverse the price action, you go and backtest it. Look at this. Okay. There's the one. You tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of taking the high. You go to, and this often plays out, you tap the 0.618, you go back to the 618, okay, and then you take the high. Look at how beautiful, because I often speak about this during the live stream. You tap the 0.88, you go find support at the 0.618, you take the high. Done. Okay. Right. So you can go and reverse the price action and go and backtest it. Okay, reverse the price action with a couple of months. Put it on the 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, and go and see how many 0.88 taps do you get and how does it impact the probabilities. And you would be very surprised with the results, because for my results shows over 70% of the time when you tap that damn level, you take the high or the low. But there's still that 30 or 25, 24% chance that it takes the 0.88 and it does not claim the high or the low, like what happened here now at the moment. Okay, so if I zoom into this structure, look at how deep this retracement went. Okay, so sometimes they do not play out. Right, and we're currently moving higher, but there's still a chance. There's still a chance, because this went so deep. There's still a chance for this to form an ABC and fall down, and then it played out. Okay, right, Cool, legends. That is basically what I wanted to discuss in this live stream. I will go live a little bit later. We can go and look at some altcoins. I'll answer more of your questions. I've unfortunately run out of time. Make sure that you smash up that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I will see you all in the next one. Cheers for now.